The clock is ticking. U.S. regulators have asked interested banks to submit their best and final offers for First Republic Bank by tomorrow afternoon.
NBC Bay Area's Marianne Favreau's in San Jose with a look at what the buyout might mean for customers.
It's possible a new First Republic owner could be announced as early as Monday, and that would likely create the least amount of disruption for First Republic customers. Who will be the next operator of San Francisco-based First Republic Bank? JP Morgan Chase and PNC are likely bidders for the ailing lender, which could be seized in receivership and immediately sold to the winning bank. Bank of America may also bid.
And there you see it. The bidding wars are going to begin for First Republic. Who's going to be bailing them out? If anybody, will the money printers get turned back on? Bailouts for the banks has started. First Republic is the latest and greatest bank that is feeling the strain of all of the illiquidity issues that they've been having. And if you are in First Republic Bank, they may give you some FDIC insurance, but this is why you need to opt out of the system and get into Bitcoin. The big banks, including JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, asked for the final bids. U.S. regulators have asked for their best and final takeover offers for First Republic by today, this afternoon, in a move that authorities hope will cap a period of uncertainty for regional lenders. So this will show us by start of business tomorrow how this is going to play out. JP Morgan Chase and PNC are likely bidders for the ailing lender, which would seize in receivership and immediately sold to the winning bank. Bank of America is among several other institutions that are weighing a potential bid. As we know more on this, we'll give you the latest and greatest update on this. Greg Foss weighs in on this. We have more from Greg by the end of this video. Before we get to any of that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. Before we get started, one quick thing. If you want some one-on-one contacts and exclusive content from the Bitcoin Bros, go ahead and check us out at Patreon, patreon.com/Bitcoin Bros. Link in the bio below. First update for the day, Tony the Bull. Everyone eyeing the Bitcoin monthly. I'm just here focusing on the 2-month Bollinger Band basis reclaim. Doesn't take long to revisit the upper band at 60K. So what he's showing you here in this chart is this is the 2-month chart, and these are the Bollinger Bands, the lower bound and the upper bound. Every time this lower bound is reclaimed and we have a 2-month monthly close, look what happens. It takes within 6 months, you're touching that top band. Every single time you come back up, within 6 months again, you're touching that top band. Right now, we haven't had that 2-month close above it, but all in all, this upper bound is at 61,651. It could take less than 6 months to get up that high. And then you could see that inverse head and shoulder pattern continuing to play out. You might hit resistance there, come back down, put in a higher low, but then also put in an inverse head and shoulders pattern to see that rip after the Bitcoin halving. This is what we're seeing. Another update from TA Trader Allen. Bitcoin stochastic RSI indicates that Bitcoin has left the accumulation phase and has been entering the markup phase. And what he's looking at right now, we have the accumulation phase when Bitcoin's putting in lower lows and lower highs, and then the markup phase when the price tends to just break back up to the upside, reaccumulation, markup, reaccumulation. Look what we see here, this markup phase. If you're looking at the stochastic RSI above, every single time we exit the accumulation phase, it basically goes vertical, as you see. Every single time, vertical. And the blue is over the orange. Every single time, vertical. After it goes vertical, what does the price action do? Right here, this was the pandemic dump, but you see what happened after that. And then once it went vertical, you see we just went up and to the right. And once again, we're going vertical. We still have some ways to go. Could be some months for this to continue to play out. But as you see, it's just going to continue to go up and to the right. And taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance, you see this is steadily trending to the upside. Bitcoin's at almost 49% Bitcoin dominance. And where is the minimum target that we want you to pay attention to coming out of this? Well, if you look at this as a symmetrical triangle, you can just do a simple, once we fell into this and pull this down to the bottom, pull this line over to the breakout point, this will take us up into this purple box. This will take us up to that 60% range. Will we go this high? Time will definitely tell. But you see, Bitcoin's putting in higher highs and higher lows. The trend's breaking. It's broke out of this downtrend. So, and one thing to note, this Gaussian channel right here has just flipped green on the weekly, which is extremely bullish. The last time this happened, ultimately, how high did Bitcoin go? It had a massive move up about 40%. And if we do a similar move, once we see this breakout, if we see another 40% move to the upside, you see where this takes Bitcoin, between 60 and 70%. Bare minimum targets, if you're looking back in the charts to see where you could see some confluence in Bitcoin getting hemmed up, you could see some type of confluence right around this area right here. This area is around the 52-53% range. We could hit our head on this potentially. We have to wait and see, but if we get back above this, we'll get into this purple box most definitely. That's what we see for the Bitcoin dominance. Is it time to be in alts? Alts right now are bleeding against Bitcoin as you see this dominance just steadily trending to the upside. And without further ado, let's hear from Greg Foss and what his take is on the First Republic debacle and what's going to happen, start a business tomorrow.
First Republic shares are down under $9, okay? Down 46% on the day, Preston.
That's insane.
First Republic Bank now has a market cap of around $1.5 billion. And my tweet, you said, I go on. One of the salient points is I calculate the market, or actually the book value of First Republic to be somewhere around negative $10 billion, okay? So the delta between where the stock is actually trading versus what its true book value is about another $11 billion, and it's only got $1.5 billion in positive, okay? So it's so toast, it's done, okay? I'm really sorry. All you fine people that work at First Republic, your chief risk officer was a knucklehead, and your stock is worth zero. But it's not First Republic that you have to worry about. It's the contagion effect. Sorry to do this huge thing, but I'm a trader. The markets are still open. And by the way, I have no axe to grind in First Republic. So I'm just warning people out there. Banking is all the same. And did you know the biggest bank short in the world is on TD Bank, you guys? Now, it could be partially because of an acquisition that's taken place in the not convertible arb traders, the takeover arb traders are shorting one versus being long the other, the stock of the acquisition candidate. But at the end of the day, the biggest bank short in the world is on TD Bank, Big Green from Canada. And I used to work there, and I can tell you there was a time that TD Bank, if they truly had to market their portfolio of technology, media, and telecom, TMT, you might not have been buying the bank stock at exactly the price you should have been buying it at relative to the true risks of that portfolio. So TD sidestepped the LDC debt crisis like a champ. They had no Latin American debt exposure, the only Canadian bank not to. But the flip side was in the great telecom, media, and technology, media, and telecom TMT meltdown of the early 2000s, there was no other bank like TD that had the exposure they did. So I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying, people, in 5 line items of disclosure in a bank's balance sheet, you have no clue the true risk that lives in that portfolio. So see ya, First Republic Bank.
And there you have it for Greg Foss. He's saying bye-bye First Republic Bank and that it's over with. Going to go to zero, and the banks are going to shut their doors. But we'll see if this bailout happens. Bitcoin Bros will keep you updated on this as we know more. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.